Hello and welcome to this live stream. Today we're going to be practically yapping about Premier League and Champions League news. So, an announcement that's just happened recently is Andoni Areola is going to leave Bournemouth at the end of the season. Obviously, big news coming out of Bournemouth, as many say that he's revolutionised that club in many ways, as they were scrapping for relegation every season. It was the same thing. But now he's made a solid Premier League side that last season was pushing on for Europe. If you have any topics in chat that you want to have a little debate about or just yap about, feel free to put that in. But we do have an Arsenal Sporting match that is on at 8 o'clock this evening. The injuries for Arsenal is only Marino, and for Sporting it's Fresneda, Ioannidis, Guilherme and Santos. The referee is Francois Letexia. The predicted lineups for Arsenal are Raya, Hincapié, Gabriel Saliba, White, Norgard, Zubimendi, Trossard, Eze, Madueke and Gyökeres. And for Sporting, it is Silva, Araujo, Inacio, Diamande, Vignaglia, Morita, Højlund, Katomo, Trincao, Goncalves and Suarez. We also have a massive game in the Champions League, and that one is Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. Bayern Munich are having a bit of an injury crisis with one major player missing, that is Lennart Karl. But alongside him on the injury bench is Cardozo, Chiesa, Mike, Ndiaye and Ulrich. And for Real Madrid, it is Asensio, Courtois, Rodrigo and Tchouaméni. The predicted lineup for Real Madrid is Lunin, Carreras, Militao, Rudiger, Trent, Gula, Bellingham, Petach, Valverde, Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. And for Bayern Munich, it is Neuer, Stanisic, Upamecano, Tah, Lema, Kimmich, Pavlovic, Diaz, Gnabry, Elise and Kane. The thing about Areola leaving is you've got to think about the manager market now isn't the best. There aren't many elite managers among the market now, as many managers are even at our club, and even now it isn't the best. You can see Luis Enrique, who manages PSG, his contract is expiring at the end of the season with PSG, and it seems like he doesn't want to renew. Xabi Alonso is free, but it's increasingly likely that he'll join Liverpool at the end of the season or at the start of next season, as Arne Slot's job is in serious danger, as many want him gone. They also have managers like Sean Dyche among the options, which is known for keeping any side in the Premier League, as people say. And now it's more about snatching managers from other clubs. And for a club like Bournemouth, it's not going to be very easy to attract many managers because of the squad. The squad is decent, but you got to think of other factors like the stadium, which holds a total, if you're hearing this right, 12,000 the stadium holds, the Vitality Stadium. And stadiums like the Stadium of Light from Sunderland that just came up has a capacity of 47,000, almost 4 times as much as Bournemouth. And before Areola joined Bournemouth in the Premier League, they were like consistently finishing they weren't even in the Premier League some seasons before Areola joined. They finished 15th the season that he took over the Cherries. And obviously that is never the best for a manager to join. And no one really heard of the name Andoni Areola before he went, and I would say he has revolutionised AFC Bournemouth. So for Arsenal, this is a massive game for them because they were going to win the quadruple. They were on par to win everything. But then they got knocked out the Carabao Cup. So they lost the final to Man City in the Carabao Cup. They got knocked out the FA Cup to Southampton. The Premier League, they are looking to slip up a little bit, as they are top, but only by 6 points. And on Super Sunday, this weekend, it is Arsenal-Manchester City at the Emirates, in one of the biggest games of the season. So Arsenal could go 9 points clear, or City could come for Arsenal with only a 3-point gap. And they also face Sporting in the Champions League. So now, instead of the quadruple, it's going to be the double if they manage to win the remaining competitions they have. And many would say that Arsenal have had an easy draw against Sporting, but they went 3-0 down to Bodo and Glimt in the Champions League playoffs, only to then come back and make it 5-3 in the second leg in Portugal. And for Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, for Bayern Munich, they have the star boy Lennart Karl missing for this game. But in the Bundesliga, they have been practically impenetrable. As in the Bundesliga this season, they currently sit top with a total of 76 points, a 12-point gap between Dortmund in second. They have a 78 goal difference, which is a record after only 29 games. And they do have a very much in form Harry Kane, who is top of the Bundesliga top scorer. He has 31 goals to his name, and second has 18 goals to his name, and his name is Undav for Stuttgart. One of the main reasons why they've been tearing teams apart is Luis Diaz and Michael Olise on the wings. Luis Diaz this season, after signing from Liverpool for £70 million, he scored 15 goals and got 11 assists in 27 games. And for Michael Olise, multiple people are calling him the best winger in the world right now. He's got 12 goals and 18 assists in 27 games. And under coach Vincent Kompany, they look unstoppable. But on Real Madrid's side, they are not top of La Liga. They currently sit second, 9 points behind Barcelona. They do have the top scorer, Kylian Mbappe, on 23 goals. But that hasn't proved meaningful, as they are second in the league. They did have Xabi Alonso, but after the Copa del Rey final, which was covered on this channel in a live watch-along, he did get sacked after that loss to Barcelona. And now it is Alvaro Arbeloa at the helm for Real Madrid. And I'm just going to play you a little video for a boxer that I would like to promote that has turned pro in the last 2 years and is an up-and-coming rising star in Sunderland in the boxing scene. I know it's a bit off topic from the normal on this channel. We're trying to promote this young boxer, Joe Miller. He's going to have his first title fight as a professional boxer at the Eagles Arena against Sadiq or Yakajo. It's 50 quid for a standard ticket, and it's also on a very good card in the North East. It's got 5 title fights, including Joe's, and multiple normal fights. The show calls Titles on the Tyne. Tickets will be available at joemiller_._ on Instagram. There's standard floor seating, VIP, and ringside. Joe's pro record is 5 wins and 1 loss. So be sure to secure your tickets at joemiller_._ Thank you for watching that, as we do love to see some up-and-coming rising stars in all sports. And as for Bayern Munich against Real Madrid, another star boy, Lennart Karl, who's only 17, I believe, or 18, is injured and will likely miss the rest of the season. And he'll definitely miss this game against Real Madrid tonight at 8 o'clock. Massive game as two European powerhouses face off. The referee is Slavako Vincic. And for Arsenal, they do host Sporting at the Emirates. It's Fresneda, Ioannidis, Guilherme Santos missing for Sporting. And for Arsenal, it is Mikel Merino. Sorry for that brief pause there. But on a boxing scene for Joe Miller against Sadiq Oyakajo, his opponent has landed in the UK from, I believe, Nigeria. It's on April 18th at the Eagles Arena. Big fight, as it's classed as one of the biggest shows in the North East in multiple decades. 5 titles on, and that does include Joe Miller, who is fighting for the Commonwealth International belt in the featherweight department. I know it's a bit off topic from the normal on this channel. We're trying to promote this young boxer, Joe Miller. He's going to have his first title fight as a professional boxer at the Eagles Arena against Sadiq Oyakajo. It's 50 quid for a standard ticket, and it's also on a very good card in the North East. It's got 5 title fights, including Joe's, and multiple normal fights. The show calls Titles on the Tyne. Tickets will be available at joemiller_. on Instagram. There's standard floor seating, VIP, and ringside. Joe's pro record is 5 wins and 1 loss. So be sure to secure your tickets at joemiller_.